Now, this is what you all are waiting for. How to manage colic. Hi, I'm Dr. Abhinav Malhotra, your friendly pediatrician, and I'm going to explain this step by step. Step 1. Pause and create a calm. You can use 60 seconds for this if you have to, because it's important. Before trying to haphazardly fix anything, slow the environment down. Dim the lights. Move to a quieter space. Fewer people handling the baby is good at this moment. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths for yourself. Why? Because colic often escalates due to overstimulation. Calming the space around you and your baby helps the nervous system settle better. Now, step 2. Quick. Check, but don't overthink it. Ask yourself gently, has your baby fed recently? Could the baby be overtired? Is the diaper clean and comfortable? If a basic need is clear, address it calmly. Avoid repeatedly offering feeds if your baby just fed. Why? Because overfeeding during colic can worsen gas and reflux. Step 3. Choose one soothing method. Pick one and stick with it for a few minutes. For example, the colic hold. The hold technique. Place the baby tummy down along your forearm. Support the head gently. Walk slowly. Tummy down. Forearm hold. Baby's belly rests along the forearm. Your palm supports the chest. Head slightly elevated. Walk slowly. Pressure from your arm creates rhythmic abdominal support. This is not just a hold. It's a moving pressure therapy. This position provides gentle abdominal pressure and nervous system containment. Slow, baby-wearing walk. Skin-to-skin cuddle. Stay with the same method for 3 to 5 minutes. Why? Because switching methods too quickly increases stimulation and crying. Step 4. Regulate. Do not distract. Focus on calm and repetitive input. Slow swaying, gentle humming or white noise, soft, steady breathing. Avoid fast bouncing, loud shushing, sudden position changes. Why? Because babies co-regulate through calm and predictable movement. Step 5. Support the gut gently. If baby is calming, only if your baby is slightly settled, hold them upright. Gentle burping, bicycle legs or tummy massage between feeds. Stop if crying increases. Why? Because comfort techniques work best when the nervous system is calmer. Now, how to massage and do bicycle legs? Prepare the nervous system before you touch it. Most mothers start touching immediately and babies resist. Instead, hold your baby upright against your chest. Rock slowly for 60 seconds. Your breathing should be slow and exaggerated. Why? Because the vagus nerve calms before the gut relaxes. Now, clockwise containment, pressure, not light stroking. Lay the baby on their back. Use warm hands. Place full palm over belly, not just your fingertips. Apply gentle sustained pressure for 5 seconds. Move slowly clockwise. Now, light tickling strokes overstimulate. Slow sustained pressure reduces abdominal guarding. So repeat 6 to 8 cycles of this in circles. Step 3. The I love you massage. Instead of just drawing letters, I want you to follow this. Start with 2 fingers and go downwards I, the downward colon stimulation. Then L, the transverse colon movement. And then U, the full bowel sweep. Use 2 fingers. The pressure level should be such that it presses the skin, not push deeply. The speed should be slower than you think. Parents often go too fast. Then move on to bicycle legs, but with breath timing. Most people rush bicycle legs. Instead, exhale with the baby. Bring the knees inward gently. Pause 2 seconds and release slowly. Why? Because compression plus release improves gas movement. Do 6 slow cycles only. More is not necessarily better. Step 6. If crying continues, take a short break. Reset the entire environment. Return to step 1. It's okay if crying doesn't stop immediately. Your presence and calm still matter. How to reset the environment? When crying continues, resetting the environment means lowering sensory input and starting fresh, not doing more. Change the sensory setting. Move to a quieter, dimly lit room. Close the curtains or turn off the overhead lights. Reduce background noise like the TV or conversations. Why? Because too much light, sound, or movement keeps the nervous system in alert mode. Then, reduce handling. Limit the baby handling to one calm caregiver. Avoid passing the baby between people. Use steady, predictable holding. Why? Because multiple handlers can increase overstimulation and crying. Slow your own body first. Take 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Hold your baby close to your chest. Baby regulate through the caregiver's nervous system. Next, I want you to restart with familiar soothing methods. Return to the same calming technique you used earlier. Avoid introducing a new method immediately. Why? Because familiar patterns feel safer than constant change. The next, give it time. Stay with the reset for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Crying may not stop instantly. Intensity often reduces first. Calm presence still counts even if your baby is crying continuously. Now, to sum it up in a short version, reset means dim the lights, plus quiet space, plus one caregiver, plus slow breathing and a familiar soothing method. Now, step 7, which is important, to seek medical review if you notice poor feeding or weight gain, projectile or forceful vomiting, blood or green vomitus, extreme or unusual lethargy. A final reminder. Colic episodes are about regulation, not perfection. Your calm presence helps even when crying continues. It does work, but you need to calm your nervous system down for your baby's nervous system to calm down as well. Don't panic. I'm right here guiding you through every step. So, summarizing management of colic, follow the CALM, calm method for colic. C for check first, hungry, wet diapers, burping if needed, too hot or too cold climate, or an overtired baby. Before calling it colic, always rule out these 5 basic causes first. The red flags, which means it's not colic: fever, projectile vomiting, persistent feeding, refusal to feed, blood or mucus in stools, poor weight gain, lethargy, sudden high-pitched cry. If you see any of these, this is not colic. Please see your pediatrician immediately. By definition of colic, check for the rule of threes. The first rule, more than 3 hours of day of crying, more than 3 days a week, and more than 3 weeks, mostly evening. But otherwise, the baby is thriving very well. If crying follows this pattern and the baby is otherwise healthy, it's likely colic. Remember, colic is a diagnosis of exclusion. Now, coming to A. A for abdominal comfort. Use the colic hold, also called tiger in the tree hold. Face down on the forearm, head supported, gentle tummy pressure. Walk slowly. This position gives gentle abdominal compression and helps trapped gas move out. In addition, these techniques also help use white noise, gentle bouncing, swaying, walking with your baby. Pressure plus movement plus sound works beautifully for colic. Now let's move on to L, little soothers. Wait 30 to 40 minutes after feeding. Do the clockwise tummy massage, 10 to 15 strokes. Then use the I love you stroke, I, L and U. Then move on to bicycle legs, 10 to 15 times, and then knees to tummy, and then a warm bath. This simple 5-minute daily routine helps release gas and relax those abdominal muscles. Now moving on to M, manage the environment and the feeding habits. Manage the environment by dimming the lights, use white noise, swaddle if tolerated, and avoid overstimulation. Evening colic often worsens because baby's nervous system is overstimulated. Manage feeding habits. Burp every 5 to 7 minutes. Keep upright 20 minutes after feeds. Check the latch. Check the nipple flow and avoid overfeeding. Swallowed air and fast feeding can actually worsen crying. Small adjustments make a big difference. Most importantly, stay calm. Take breaks. Put the baby safely down if overwhelmed. Remember, colic peaks at 6 to 8 weeks and improves by 3 to 4 months. It is temporary. Take a deep breath. You're not doing anything wrong. This phase passes away. You and your baby are learning together.